My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. When I was a child, I saw my mother killed by something impossible. My father went to prison for her murder. Then an accident made me the impossible. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist, but secretly, I use my speed to fight crime and find others like me. And one day, I'll find who killed my mother and get justice for my father. I am the Flash.
What's happening, guys? It's me, Drew, aka the Green Arrow, and this is my review on The Flash episode 23, entitled The Race of His Life. So we get to see at the end of the last episode, Zoom actually phases his hand through Harry's heart and actually kills him. It seemed to be as in Zoom is trying to antagonize Barry and basically turn him as mad as he is, which I don't quite think's going to work. So we see Zoom once again kill a time remnant of himself, and he was basically saying to Barry, you know, you've got to do the hard things and you've got to be willing to actually kill yourself, and you're not willing to do anything like that, so basically I've got the upper hand on you and you're never going to win. So then we get to see Henry's funeral, and to be fair, it was sad. It did like pull on your heartstrings just a little bit to make you actually feel sorry for Barry, which was, well, not feel sorry for him, but like you can relate to him. Anyone who's actually lost a parent would be able to relate to how he was feeling. So he weren't in a really good place. I mentioned in my last Flash video, if Wally was gonna be like a big spoiled brat and be like, you didn't tell me you were the Flash and all that kind of rubbish, but he weren't. It was really good. We got to see an episode. In the episode, we got to see Wally and Barry actually talking, and Wally was there basically thanking Barry and saying to him, you know what, thank you for like giving up your speed and for everything you've done for me and everything you've done for this city. Like, I really do appreciate it. So, you know, we're gonna get to see a really good partnership from him and Wally, I'm hoping, as rather Kid Flash or Wally West. So we got to see Zoom was looking to basically wipe out every single place in the multiverse other than Earth 1, so he could basically come back and conquer Earth 1 for himself. It was also really good to see that Team Flash in this episode actually went up against Zoom theirself, and they got Barry in one of the cryostasis things that they've got going in the Star Labs, which was pretty cool. We got to see that Wally ends up in turning up and basically saying, no, you're going to go get my dad, kind of like, I need your help, you need to go get my dad, like he's been taken to the other side. So Barry, being Barry, does what he was asked. So as I said, Team Flash ended up in trying to get one over on Zoom, which was pretty cool, you know, but it didn't actually work the way they wanted. So Joe actually got stolen and taken to Earth 2, but Cisco ends up imbibing to Zoom, and basically he takes Barry through his vibe, and Barry basically says to him, you know what, I'll do what you want. You want this race, let's have it. Tell me where, tell me when, and I'm there. So the hype of the episode was really who's the guy in the iron mask. Like, everyone had loads of like theories on who it was. People thought it was Wally West. People thought it was Joe. People thought it was Eddie. People thought it was like myself. I thought it was Hunter Zolomond's dad. But it was actually the real Jay Garrick. And what actually does really confuse me about this whole Jay Garrick situation is the guy who actually plays Henry Allen actually played the original Flash in the original 90s TV series, what only aired for about a year. But we got to see him as Barry Allen. And now we got to see him as Barry Allen's dad, and now he's kind of like Jay Garrett. Like, he's kind of the right age and the right look to be Jay Garrett, which is pretty cool, which you can't knock the guy for. But it's just a little weird how he basically has been like 3 different people in the DC universe. So that's really interesting to know. And I think the teaser for Jay Garrett, the guy in Iron Mask, was when he went through the Speed Force, you got to see the 90s Flash. And I think that was the teaser to who Jay Garrett was. It weren't the 90s Flash at all, it was Jay Garrett. So really, what does this all mean for the Arrowverse, you know? What's all this going to bring? We already know that in Legends of Tomorrow, we got a new character, Hourman, Rex Tyler. We also know in the Flash now, we've got Jay Garrett, who is, if you put both of the people from both shows together, it makes up the Justice League people. We know that Supergirl is moving over to the CW. We also know that there is going to be a 4-way crossover at some point, and I'm hoping that's going to be the 4-way crossover to explain how we're going to get our motherfucking Justice League people, because damn, I can't wait for that. Okay, so as we know, that Barry had a race with Zoom, and he was running around this field matrix, which basically was to set it off and make it go bang and collapse in all the other Earths other than Earth 1. And Barry, obviously, he made a time remnant of himself, and he basically sacrificed that time remnant to stop Zoom. What we did get to see at the end of the episode, which was pretty cool, was Zoom turned into the Black Flash. So now, guys, we've got the Black Flash stuck in the Speed Force, who is Zoom. That's going to be amazing. I'm just hoping that they can bring him back out at the Speed Force, but in a good way. Like, not as a goodie, but he's always going to be bad, but in a good way, have some good storylines and everything else like that. So we truly will go to the very end of the episode now. And basically, Barry has this little conversation with Iris, and he tells her how much he loves her, and she tells him how much he loves her. And then he basically says how sorry he is, and he basically runs back through time, people, to save his mum. So, next season, season 3, guys, we are going to get the Flashpoint Paradox. And if we're going to get it in the right way, Barry shouldn't have his speed neither. So I'm hoping that it's going to be really cool, really good. If you've not read the Flashpoint Paradox, or you've not seen the DVD, I'd recommend going and watching it before season 3, so that you kind of get a little jump on what's going to happen in season 3 and what kind of characters are going to be around in season 3. Obviously, they can't have all of the characters from the Flashpoint Paradox, but they are going to have quite a few. But that's it, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a summary of this season, and I will have that up soon. My next video, disappointingly enough, is going to be the Arrow. And yeah, I've not really got much nice things to say about that show at the moment. But anyway, guys, I'm your host, Drew, aka The Green Arrow. If you like what you heard, guys, give me that thumbs up. If you don't, give me that thumbs down. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section down below, not a problem. That's always going to help me improve my channel and give you guys the content that you actually want, which is good. If you want to be a negative Nancy, guys, you can also do so. Stick that comment in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to keep you informed with all things Marvel and DC. But as always, guys, I'm Drew, aka The Green Arrow. Straight shooting, people.